My goal was always to be a project manager, so it's so cool that like I'm here now. So I'm not just like anchored to my computer for 8 hours. Grocery inspection time. Get this, get two. Amazing. Yes! My work from home routine definitely does change a little bit with the seasons. Good morning, you guys. I am currently getting ready for my day, and I thought it might kind of be fun to do like a typical day in my life, give you guys some insight into my actual work from home schedule. For those of you who don't know or who might be new here, I do not do YouTube full time. That would be really amazing, but I do have a day job that I actually really love and really enjoy. I am a project manager for web content, and my client is Lexus. So it's a really cool, fascinating job. I'm like constantly learning about like the latest cars that are coming out and stuff, not just for Lexus, but because I work on content for competitors and stuff, I get to learn all of that stuff. So I actually really enjoy my job. And when I first started out kind of like in the marketing accounts world, my goal was always to be a project manager. So it's so cool that like I'm here now and that's actually what I do. But I'm just getting ready for my day. I've gotten into the habit of doing just a little bit of, I don't even want to say makeup. I mean, I feel like it's more just like I've gotten into the habit of applying just like some product most days, just in case I need to jump on meetings, or also on days when I'm vlogging and stuff. It just helps to make me feel a little bit more pulled together. So that's what I'm currently doing, just to put on the Milk Makeup Blur Stick just a little bit, and then I'm gonna apply the new Say Illuminator that I got. I love this stuff. Right when I like first swatched it, I knew immediately it was gonna be like one of those go-to products that I would use on like my lighter makeup days, or like, again, I use so little that I barely even want to call it makeup. Like I said, it's just enough products here or there to like kind of pull me together. Just taking my Got2b glue, and I'm just gonna clean up my brows a little bit. But in my job, I am fortunate enough to get to work from home, which is really nice, because since content creation is such a passion of mine for my own personal channels, a lot of the times like I will vlog what I'm doing throughout my day in between working. But for this vlog, like I said, I figured I would give you more insight into what an actual typical day looks like for me and what it actually looks like with work. But next I'm gonna take my YSL Touche Éclat, another product that I just got. It's gonna brighten up my under eyes with it. I don't want to use too much, just enough to wake me up, and then just work that in with my finger. I love this because it's like so light that I don't have to set it with powder. It doesn't crease or anything. It literally just melts right into the skin. But you guys can see it just brightens up my eyes so much more, makes me look awake and not like I rolled out of bed and I'm not a morning person. So I'm definitely not a morning person. It's another reason why I like thrive working from home. I don't have to worry about getting up crazy early to like commute in, and then also, you know, find an outfit for the office, pack my stuff for the gym, and do like a heavier face of makeup, take the dog out, all of that stuff before going into the office. It's nice because I can kind of like work and do those things and kind of take my mornings at a pace that works for me. The next product I'm going to use is the Pixi On The Glow blush, just to wake up my face a little bit, give myself a little bit of a flush. Again, not using too much. The way I like do my makeup for these like days at home when I, want to wear a little something. The vibe that I'm going for is just like if I had like a soft filter over me. And then lastly, the KVD full on sleeve mascara. This is a tube mascara. And I like tube mascaras on these days because I'm not gonna do a full makeup removal with like cleansing balm and my makeup remover towels and stuff like that. I'm just gonna wash my face off, and I like the tube mascara because it is waterproof, so it's gonna last on my lashes all day, as opposed to like a non-waterproof. If my eyes start watering, it's gonna be gone right away. But when I go to wash it off, all I need to use is warm water and it just slides right off. So for lighter days like this, the tube mascara is definitely my preference. Just gonna do a couple coats on the top lashes with this. Not gonna bother with the bottom lashes. And I just kind of blink into it to kind of help push my lashes up since I'm not curling them. And lastly, just taking a lash comb in case I went a little crazy with that. And again, I'm just gonna blink into it and just kind of clean up any excess. This lash comb from Tweezerman has kind of been like a game changer on these days when I want to wear mascara essentially like on a pretty bare face. I don't want it to be too heavy. Makes it end up looking a little bit more natural, cleans up like the clumps and stuff. Highly recommend this little guy. But that is the face. I'll probably put on like a clear balm or something throughout the day. But I've actually been working from bed for a little bit. That's usually what I do because my team is Central Time. So right when I wake up, I get on my phone, answer all the emails that I need to answer. Usually do that for about like a half an hour or so until I like actually get out of bed. Also in the winter, it gives me a chance to like kind of warm up a little bit. So I literally start working like the second I wake up and take just like 10-15 minutes to put myself together here. And now I'm gonna go downstairs and probably work from my phone a little bit more while I make myself some breakfast. And then really quick before I head downstairs, this is what I'm wearing today. On days where I'm working out, I try to change first thing in the morning. That way I'm less likely to procrastinate going to the gym or to my Pilates class, which is actually where I'm heading today. So I just have this muscle tank over everything because I am going to do a little bit of grocery shopping after Pilates, so I want to have something that I can throw over. And then inside I have like the black version of that backless sports bras that I unboxed in the last vlog. And then these leggings are from Third Love, and right now I'm just wearing my little house slippers. Well, good morning, sunshine. You don't want to come back in the bedroom this morning? Oh, hi. Hi, babe. Oh, thank you so much. Do you want to go snuffle? Let's go snuffle. Oh my goodness, morning stretches. Wow, good stretch, buddy. Let's grab this guy. When Trevor leaves, he tries to put Leo back in the bedroom, but Leo a lot of times doesn't want to for some reason. It just kind of depends on if Leo comes upstairs when he hears me up or if he just decides to be lazy and stay downstairs. So this morning he stayed downstairs. It always makes me sad when he does. It makes me sad to wake up and he's not there, but you know, he's an independent guy, so it's all good. But just to let him get a little bit of energy out, I'm gonna prepare a snuffle mat for him. Just taking these little teeny tiny training treats and hiding them throughout, and this will like suffice to work off enough energy to kind of keep him calm before I take him to the PARK. Usually I'll also do a little bit of kibble, but he's running low on kibble, which is why I'm just gonna go ahead and go grocery shopping. Trader Joe's is right next to the pet store that we get his stuff from, so pick that up today. We got all the treats hidden in here, and let's give this to him. Hey mister, do you want to snuffle? Excuse you. Excuse you. Thank you. Sit. Look. Yes. Go get it. Oopsies. For breakfast this morning, I'm doing my Dunkin' Wake Up Wrap dupe with a hash brown side, and then an iced coffee using my Blue Bottle pod. So for the next few hours, I'm gonna continue working while I eat my breakfast. Basically, because my team is Central Time, I'll work here until about their lunchtime, probably like a little bit later, at which point I'll switch to working from my phone again so that I can take Leo to the park just like for about a half hour. It's not like a full-on lunch break or anything, but I do that because my team is going on and offline at that time, so it's usually a little bit quieter, so I can slip away and just like work from my phone at the park. Hi, buddy. But solidly for probably the next 2 to 3 hours, I'm at my computer having breakfast, QCing, passing things along, planning, and things like that. We are back from the park and I'm going back to work at my computer for about a half hour. I actually do work from the park because what Leo and I do is like we walk and sit for like 15-20 minutes, and then for the last like 10 minutes I have him just sit there and just practice doing nothing. It's part of our training because he's so high energy. It's like good for him to learn how to self-regulate and turn himself off. So especially when I'm just kind of like sitting, I'm able to work from my phone. I can like access about like 85% of the things that I need to for my job from my phone, which is very nice. So while I'm at the park, even while I'm walking and stuff, I can still answer emails, Slack, move things around on SharePoint, that kind of stuff. And I kind of like set myself up to be able to do that. When I'm at my computer and I'm doing things that are like specifically computer related, which for me is things like project plans, budgeting, project forecasting, reconciling, invoicing, and things like that. And then things that I can do while being a little bit more mobile, like the actual process of moving assets along through the pipeline, answering questions, stuff like that. It allows me to be able to do that on the go in like small pockets of the day where I just like want to get out or like let Leo sniff around and stuff. It's nice that I can have those pockets to do those kinds of things on the go, so I'm not just like anchored to my computer for 8 hours. I am able to chunk up my day so that I can work on the go if I need to at certain points. Sorry, I had to change out your guys' battery already. But yeah, typically after the park, depending on when I decide to go to the gym or schedule my Pilates class like today, I have usually anywhere between a half hour to a couple of hours to keep working. And then obviously if it's just a half hour, I'm coming back earlier like I'm gonna do today, and I'm gonna be able to work for a longer chunk in like the mid to late afternoon, versus if I'm like waiting a couple of hours and going to like a later class or going to the gym later in the day, I'll work right now and then I'll take like my actual lunch break. And my lunch break I usually time towards the end of the day Central Time, so I'm actively like at my computer and answering questions and anything that I need to while my team is active as well. And then as they start to taper off towards the end of the day, that's when I take my lunch, and then I get to come back after lunch and it's quiet and I can finish up like any specific pieces that I need to be like laser focused on in peace. So it's kind of nice that my schedule ends up working out that way. But yeah, I always feel like my days are more structured on the ones where I go to Pilates, because obviously Pilates is a class and I don't ever schedule my Pilates class until like the day of, because I want to see how my day is shaping up. I usually go to either the 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock class, and that'll just kind of depend on how busy it seems like it is that day. If it's busier, I will go to the later class, but for today it's actually not too bad, so I'm gonna go to the earlier class. And I like that it keeps me on track because it's a 45-minute class. It fits perfectly in a lunch hour, and you know, I have to go at a certain time. I don't just keep pushing it off. Like on days when I go to the gym, I end up going like later because I keep procrastinating. So I do prefer my Pilates days just because it forces me to like actually go at the time that I plan to go. But yeah, I'm just wrapping up a couple things, and then I need to QC one asset, and then I'm gonna head out of here for my official lunch break, take my Pilates class, and then pick Leo up some food and a couple things from the grocery store. Alright, grocery inspection time. Gotta move it back. Good boy. Thank you. Got another one for you to work on. The people at the pet store were so sweet when I went to go get his food, and they were getting rid of their Halloween cookies, and they asked if he wanted one. So he has a little green mummy. Thank you so much for inspecting the groceries. You're so good at your job. So, as you guys know, I went to Trader Joe's, and we'll do a little quick Trader Joe's haul before I jump back to work. This was really supposed to just be like a quick refill trip, but it turned into like a full-on grocery trip. So first thing I got was Colby cheese. Trevor asked me to get him some. Then I also got some turkey breast for one of the loaded toasts that I do. I got these dark chocolate covered power berries. So good. I love getting these every once in a while. If I want just like a little sweet bite, I'll just grab like a small handful of that. And then this is new. They're starting to trickle in with holiday stuff. I'm so excited. So this is the holiday creamer of the season. They're non-dairy oat milk creamer in the cinnamon bun flavor. So I'm very excited to try this one. Vegan pesto for my pesto eggs. Leo needed some more goat milk. I need to make him some of his molds in a little bit. And then I got a refill green chili chicken bowl. I love this if I need like a super quick dinner, or if I'm like starving in the middle of the day. I'll just pop this in the oven. I let it heat for about 45 minutes because I like mine a little bit crispy, but I'm gonna actually take it out of the package just so that it takes up less room in the freezer. And then this is new. I haven't even seen anyone post this on TikTok, so I think this just came out. But this is the shrimp pouches of many colors. And look at these, they're like little colorful shrimp dumplings. So cute, and like a Christmas variety color. I mean, yellow isn't really, but I mean, you could technically count that as gold and it still feels very Christmassy. So I'm super excited about this. I can't wait to try this. For Trevor, I got his spicy Thai shrimp fried rice. For me, I got a refill of my turkey sausage stuffing fried rice. I actually had this last night. I had my last bag and I was like, ooh, I need to refill that. You guys, that is one of the best fall/Thanksgiving products from Trader Joe's, hands down. Actually, to me, it's the best. Vegetable fried rice for Trevor, some frozen strawberries for Leo. I'm gonna combine these two together to make one of his molds. And then Spanish rice for Trevor. Again, I'm just gonna take this out of the package so that it takes up less room in the freezer. Whenever we get new stock from Trader Joe's, the freezer gets so full because so many things that I get from Trader Joe's are frozen. Then I just wanted some snacks, so I got the reduced fat cheese puffs. These are actually really good. I can't taste the difference between them and like the regular one. And then these are my absolute new obsession. I have been like dreaming about this. This is actually what prompted me to go back to Trader Joe's and get a refill, and I got two of these. They're baked pizza flavored pillow crisp. Oh my god. I had low expectations for these when I bought them to try, and I devoured the bag. These are so good. They're light and crispy, and the flavor on them is so good. Like, you guys, get this, get two. Amazing. Just do me a favor and don't sell it out if you live in the Southern California area. And then this is the bread that I use for all of my toasts, the olive and thyme bread. I've talked about this many times. Trader Joe's will get breads from like local bakeries and sell them. So this one is local to us, but definitely look around their bread section and see if there's any specialty ones you want to try. Then I've been needing a refill of this. These are the Misfits chocolate cookie butter flavored vegan protein bars. I love these. Like if I just need to run out in the morning. I'm actually shooting with Michelle this coming weekend, so I'll probably have one of those as I'm running out the door because we're shooting in Orange, so I'll probably want to grab Phil's for like my official breakfast. And then our soap is out right here. We've been using this one from Trader Joe's, the apple cider foaming scented hand soap, but it's time to swap it out for more holiday feels. So they just came out with this red currant one. So as soon as that one's out, we're gonna use this one. And lastly, I saw these on TikTok. I've been so curious about them. These are, and I'm so sorry, I'm gonna butcher this name. I apologize in advance for anyone who like grew up with these, but these are the Lebkuchen cookies, the chocolate covered ones. They're soft gingerbread chocolate covered cookies with nuts and spices. I'm so excited about this. So that's what they look like. Maybe we'll try one tonight. And then I just got some sparkling waters. I got a refill on the starfruit. Grabbed a couple seasonal flavors, the cranberry clementine, really good. And then the one that I'm really excited about that they brought back is the winter sangria. So I am gonna put all the groceries away and then get back on the computer and log back onto work for a few hours. It's currently about 2:30, so I'm basically gonna like kind of work straight through the rest of the afternoon until about like 4:30 or so. And that's mainly because of daylight savings time. I don't like to walk Leo when it's dark, or at least I don't like to start our walks when it's dark. So now I have to walk him earlier because it gets dark earlier, which is kind of a bummer for me because when it stays lighter longer, I'll just like work straight through and then walk him later. That way I don't have to take a break. But because of daylight savings, now I have to take a break around like 4:30, 4:45, and then log back on between then and dinner to finish stuff up. But at this point of the day, most people have like logged off and stuff. I was like answering some emails and Slacks while I was grabbing the groceries. This didn't take me too long, just like 20 minutes or so. So at this point, it's gonna be pretty quiet at work, and this is the time that I have to like really work on things that I don't need other people for. Like with my job as a project manager, a lot of it is like sending an asset to someone, telling them what they need to do, and then waiting for them to execute it so it comes back to me so that I can check it and keep sending it along down the pipeline. But as far as doing like project plans, project analysis, and things like that, a lot of that I get done after my team has logged off, which works out because since I am Pacific time, they're Central, I start a little bit later than them. So I really get a chance to see where the project is at the end of their day, catch up whatever I can on my end, and then get everything ready and set and send out instructions for the next day. That way everyone is set up for the next morning. They can all hit the ground running. And then I log in about an hour, hour and a half after they start. And some stuff has already started moving. So that's how I personally set myself up and my team up for the next day. But like I said, I need to put all this away and I'm gonna log back onto work and keep trucking along. Just jumped out of the shower. I'm doing my nighttime skincare routine. I logged off at about like 6:30, 6:45, and it's 7 o'clock now, so it's actually Leo's dinner time. So he's downstairs waiting. Luckily for dinner time, daylight savings hasn't really hit him too much. Like he's not asking for dinner an hour early or anything, but I think it's because he goes off of when he was walked, which he does ask for his walk a little bit early, but I always was kind of like super flexible with his late afternoon / early evening walk time. So he's actually not too thrown off, which is good. But after I got back, I just finished up a few more reviews, approved some invoices for my project, and then at the end of the day, I always make a to-do list for the next day. And that's kind of what I work off of the next day, and I base it off of where everything left off, what we'll need to move next tomorrow. And then I always send whatever assets need to go to the next department so that they have that in hand the next morning. I think I mentioned this earlier. And they can just kind of like hit the ground running. But yeah, I just basically make sure that the day is set up before I log off for the day. And today honestly was like a little bit of a lighter day, mainly because yesterday I didn't go to the gym, so I didn't have like my official lunch break or anything. So I just kind of worked through and I got so much work done yesterday, and that was kind of in anticipation of knowing that I was gonna go to Pilates today, wanted to go to the grocery store and stuff. So it's like nice working remote because you can kind of like toggle your days like that, like have a heavier day one day if you know you have something going on the next day, day, or like if I know I need to catch up on filming content or something like that, I skip like the gym or Pilates, skip that lunch break, and have like a heavier, longer work day so that the next day is a little bit lighter and I can just kind of like film TikToks or YouTube videos or whatever in between whatever tasks are left over that I need to do. So that's typically how I structure my work days. But I'm done with my 9 to 5 job for the rest of the day. At this point, I just need to feed Leo. I'm waiting for Trevor to come home so he and I can hang out. As soon as Trevor goes to bed, I literally move into content creation, finishing up editing anything that needs to be edited, writing descriptions, or answering emails that might have come in this afternoon, because I usually at about lunchtime Pacific time, I'll pop into the email that I use for content work and take like 15 minutes and answer emails there, just so that I can get back to some people during working hours. But for the most part, most of the content stuff that I do after hours, pretty late at night, because I just like, I'm the most creative at night, so it just kind of works out for me to work on that stuff later in the day. Also, you guys, hot shower season is officially upon us. I literally stood in the shower with the water pretty warm, definitely bordering on hot, for like a good 10 minutes, just standing there enjoying the warmth of the water, because I was like cold when I started on our walk, and then, you know, when we were walking I definitely warmed up, but then when I got home I got cold again. So I'm actually very excited. For some reason I'm like really looking forward to like cold winter weather this year. I think it's just because it stresses me out so much with Leo when it's hot. I definitely do structure my days a little bit differently in the summertime. I don't want Leo going out when it's too hot, obviously, so I usually try to take him to the park and stuff like around 9 or 10, and then he doesn't go out again until like 5 when the sun's not as high and stuff. So my working home routine definitely does change a little bit with the seasons.
Hey. Oh, my little daughter.